It doesn't matter what you say. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter how many times you ask him to stop. It doesn't matter how many times you say to him, sorry, that's just not true. Jim Acosta will not listen nor learn. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC on Facebook, Tony Katz Radio. Be sure to like the page. He's got a book. I'm not doing the names. You know what? I take that back. The Enemy of the People, A Dangerous Time to Tell the Truth in America. That's his book. Now, Jim Acosta, in case you don't know, is the CNN reporter who has made it his personal mission to make himself the story in anything he does. He thinks that his job is to save us from Donald Trump. Not to report on the news, not to engage the story, not to do any type of deep investigative work, but rather to save us. He was on CNN Tonight, and he said he wanted to, quote, write something to the American people. Well, most people blog. But okay, you want to write a book. Sure. And it says, you know what, folks? We've got to think deeply about this. Do we want to hand off to the next generation a country where it's okay for the President of the United States to refer to journalists or any segment of the American population as the enemy of the people? You should ask us, Jim, about what we think about handing to our children a media apparatus that will engage in vengeance as opposed to reporting. A media that is so absolutely spiteful and vitriolic that they openly admit they're not standing true to any journalistic integrity because their job, as they see it, is to defeat Donald Trump when he was the candidate and now to defeat him as he's president. Do we want that from our media for any president? Do we want anybody of a future generation to think for a moment that that's okay? The answer is no. The answer is absolutely no. What we want from journalists is for them to report on stories. If those stories are not flattering to the subject of the story, that's just the way it goes. And I would tell you that anybody who thinks it's wrong to report about a story on President Trump, if it's unflattering, that person is wrong. Idolatry has no place in America. People were idol worshipers of Barack Obama. I sure as heck won't accept it if you're an idol worshiper of Donald Trump. The problem is Jim Acosta is an idol worshiper of Jim Acosta. He worships himself. He prays to his own altar in all the ways that he does it. This book is not about you, me, and we. It's about him. And him believing, like Jim Comey believes, maybe there's something in the name, that they alone can keep us safe. That they alone know morality and integrity, that they alone, kissed by the Lord above, can somehow save us from ourselves. That we don't know what is good or is right. It is only if he, Jim Acosta, tells us. That's not true. Of course it's not true. And the whole idea of the enemy of the people, we know that the president is engaging in a fair amount of hyperbole. The problem is you don't know that you're engaging in non-journalism. You see, I think he knows he's just taking the fight to the people who are attacking him. But Jim, I don't think you know how much damage you do. And based on interviews like this and commentaries like this, you don't care. And you ain't ever going to learn. We'll teach our kids, thank you very much. We'll teach the next generation. You just keep getting that amazing paycheck. I'm Tony Katz.
24/7.